In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at 3 brand new folding knives from the folks at Klein Tools. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. And as I said today, that something sharp is actually something's sharp, because we're going to look at 3 brand new knives from the folks at Klein Tools. And to be fair, these are the same knife with 3 different blade styles. So a big thank you to the folks at Klein Tools, not only for sending me these so I could test them and show them to you, but also for sponsoring today's video, which in good old plain Georgia English means they're paying me to show these to you and to test them. Ain't America great? So without any further rambling, let's get down to the old stump top and we'll get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Okay, here in the bright December sunlight at the old stump top are these 3 knives from Klein Tools. And these are new knives. And first we'll talk about the differences between these. You see they're available in 3 different handle colors, green, black, and tan. They're also available in 3 different blade styles. We have a tanto, a drop point, and a clip point. Other than that, they're the same knife. They all have 3-inch blades, 4-inch handles. The blades are all D2 steel. The handles are all nylon. They all have the pivot lock. They all have lanyard holes. They all have tip-up carry, ambidextrously reversible pocket clips. And they all have some jimping here and a thumb ramp with jimping on it and a nice thumb slot here. So that's pretty much what they have in common, and that's pretty much the specs. So I think it would behoove us to get to doing some of that knife stuff and testing. I believe the internationally standard recognized sharpness test is the Redneck sharp test. We're going to try that with all 3 of these blades, just in case there's a difference between the blade configurations and styles. I don't think there will be, but let's give it a shot. We'll start with a tanto. Let's get the testing medium up here and see what happens. Straight out of the box. And oh my gosh. Okay. We'll try the tanto tip too. Oh my gosh. Okay. So tanto passes the Redneck sharp test. We'll try a different testing medium on this one. Let's see. This is a drop point. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at all that horror there. All right. Drop point passes, flying colors. Now we'll try the clip point. Okay. These suckers are by golly sharp for sure right out of the box. Okay, so they all passed the sharp test with flying colors. We'll go ahead and try a little paper cutting. I've got this little bit of paper. I don't know why, because obviously they're stinking razor sharp. But we'll start with a clip point. Then we'll go to the drop point. And we'll go to the tanto. Sharp. They're all sharp, okay? I'm going to give you a close-up of these edges, this grind on these things. They are very, very, very even, very well done. Let's see if I can get you a close-up on these, because, here, for example, here's the tanto. Look at the evenness of that grind. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. I've had seen some really, really good knives come out of Taiwan in the last 10 years I've been doing this knife review stuff. They seem to do a really good job with D2, a good job with heat treat. I have no problem with that. These things are just, they're Klein Tools. Klein Tools puts their name on them, and they stand behind them. So that's obviously a very well-respected brand in the knife and tool industry. So let me just talk about these things real quickly, and we're going to do a little bit more knife stuff, because these aren't bushcraft knives. These are kind of everyday carry knives, but we still want to test what we can, right? We got a little construction noise going on behind me. I'll try to film between the in their breaks, but we're going to endeavor to persevere here. So let's talk real quickly about the pivot lock. I really like pivot locks. If you're familiar with those, they have a little lever. You pull it back and the knife opens. I was first introduced to these by my friend Lou at Army Navy Discount in Marietta, Georgia, when I went one time looking for an automatic knife. And at that time in Georgia, some regular folks, if you didn't work for the government, you couldn't have an automatic knife. But Lou showed me a pivot lock knife. He said, look at this, watch this. That's how easy it is to open these knives. They're just a really solid, really nice lockup, and they're ambidextrous, which is also cool. They just work very, very well. This knife feels good in my hands. The edges are just rounded off enough, and the handles feel smooth, but it feels like it might have a little bit of a sharp spine. So we're going to take the Fatwood out of storage. You can see got a little wet on it. This is why I really like me some Fatwood. And we'll see how well this thing scrapes some of that Fatwood. And then we'll see how well it scrapes one of them there Ferro rods and see how useful this might be for making a fire, because again, it's not a bushcraft knife, but you just never know when you'll need to make a fire. So let's just see how it scrapes first of all. Scrapes pretty good. So let's see what happens when we get one of them there Ferro rods on it. Today I'm using the Exotac PolyStriker. Let's just see what happens. Looky there. Not super sharp 90 degree, but sharp enough to scrape some Fatwood and to strike a Ferro rod. And this thing weighs, by the way, I don't know if I told you this, 2.9 ounces. Very lightweight, very easy to use. You can use your thumb like so, or you can just go ahead and use the access lock. And if you want to close it, another thing I like about access locks is you get ready to close it, you don't have to fiddle around. You don't have to maybe cut your thumb with a liner lock or anything like that. You just, I just kind of hold it up, let gravity do its job. Okay, well, that was hopefully a reasonably coherent and minimally rambling look at these 3 new knife designs from the folks at Klein Tools. I think they're really useful, very cool little knives. This is going to be my new EDC knife because I like the Tonto style. And if you like a certain style blade with a certain style handle, they've got all kinds of different combinations. So if at first you don't succeed, you're not Chuck Norris. If you're looking for a very lightweight, very tough, low profile, but very sharp, very useful EDC knife, backed by a 100% strong company like Klein Tools, then this might be a good choice for you. Again, there'll be a link in the video description below and in the pinned comment. You can get these right now at Optics Planet for about 55 bucks. A big thank you again to the folks at Klein Tools for sending me these and for sponsoring today's video. And as always, thank you very much for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.